Hey there, plant enthusiasts and farming enthusiasts. Get ready to dive into the mesmerizing world of gardening and farming with me.
Hello, fellow gardeners. It's Monty Dawn here, and today we're talking about something truly exciting: growing giant pumpkins, even if your garden space is far from giant itself. Many people think you need acres of land to grow these massive marvels, but that simply isn't true. With a bit of planning and some gardening know-how, you can cultivate your very own behemoth, right in your backyard. Now, I understand the allure of the giant pumpkin. There's something magical about nurturing something so enormous from a tiny seed. It's a challenge, no doubt, but that's part of the appeal. It's incredibly rewarding to see your pumpkin swell day by day, knowing you've played a part in its remarkable growth. But what about those of us who garden in smaller spaces? Do we have to give up on the dream of growing a giant? Absolutely not. With a little creativity and these expert tips, you can overcome the challenges of limited space and achieve pumpkin growing success. So, are you ready to embark on this exciting journey with me? Let's get started. The first step to growing a giant pumpkin, no matter the size of your garden, is choosing the right variety. While all pumpkins are beautiful in their own right, not all are created equal when it comes to size potential. For smaller spaces, you'll want to look for varieties specifically bred for their compact vines and massive fruit. Some excellent options include Big Max, known for its enormous size and manageable vines, and Atlantic Giant, a consistent record breaker in the giant pumpkin world. These varieties are more space efficient, allowing you to focus their growth on the pumpkin itself rather than sprawling vines. When choosing your seeds, look for reputable suppliers who specialize in giant pumpkin varieties. These suppliers often provide valuable information about the specific needs and growth habits of each variety, ensuring you select the best fit for your garden. Remember, choosing the right variety is like laying a strong foundation for a house. It sets the stage for a successful and rewarding growing experience. Giant pumpkins are hungry creatures requiring nutrient-rich soil to fuel their impressive growth. That's why proper soil preparation is crucial, especially in small gardens where space for root expansion is limited. Start by selecting the sunniest spot in your garden, as pumpkins thrive in full sun. Once you've chosen your location, it's time to amend the soil. Incorporate generous amounts of well-rotted compost or manure into the top 12 to 18 inches of soil. This organic matter will improve drainage, aeration, and provide essential nutrients for your pumpkin plant. Consider conducting a soil test to determine its pH level and nutrient content. Pumpkins prefer slightly acidic soil with a pH between 6.0 and 6.8. You can adjust the pH using lime to raise it or sulfur to lower it, following the recommendations based on your soil test results. Remember, healthy soil is the foundation for a healthy pumpkin. By investing time and effort in soil preparation, you're setting your pumpkin up for success from the very beginning. With your soil perfectly prepped, it's time for the exciting part: planting the seed. But before you sow, consider starting your seeds indoors a few weeks before the last frost date in your region. This will give your pumpkin plants a head start and ensure they have a longer growing season. To start seeds indoors, use biodegradable peat pots filled with a seed starting mix. Sow one seed per pot, planting it about an inch deep. Keep the soil consistently moist and place the pots in a warm, sunny location. Once the seedlings have developed a few true leaves and all danger of frost has passed, it's time to transplant them into your prepared garden bed. Carefully remove the seedlings from their pots, handling them by their leaves to avoid disturbing the delicate roots. Plant each seedling in a mound of soil, spacing them according to the recommended guidelines for your chosen variety. Remember, even though we're gardening in a small space, it's essential to give your pumpkin plants adequate room to grow. Section 5. The lifeblood of giants: watering. Water is the lifeblood of any plant, but it's especially crucial for giant pumpkins, which require consistent moisture to support their rapid growth and massive fruit development. Deep, infrequent watering is key. Instead of giving your pumpkin plants a quick sprinkle every day, water them deeply once or twice a week, allowing the water to penetrate deep into the root zone. This encourages the roots to grow downwards, searching for moisture and establishing a strong foundation for the plant. To determine when to water, check the soil moisture regularly. Stick your finger about 2 inches into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Avoid overwatering, as soggy soil can lead to root rot and other problems. Using a soaker hose or drip irrigation system can help deliver water directly to the roots while minimizing evaporation. This is particularly beneficial in small gardens where space is limited and water conservation is essential. Section 6. Feeding the beast. Fertilizing your pumpkin. Giant pumpkins are heavy feeders, requiring a consistent supply of nutrients to fuel their growth. That's why a regular fertilization schedule is essential, especially in small gardens where nutrients are more quickly depleted. Begin fertilizing your pumpkin plants when they are about a foot in diameter. Use a balanced, slow-release fertilizer, following the manufacturer's instructions for application rates. As your pumpkin continues to grow, switch to a fertilizer with a higher phosphorus content, which promotes fruit development. In addition to granular fertilizers, you can supplement your pumpkin's diet with compost tea or fish emulsion. These organic fertilizers provide a gentle and readily available source of nutrients, promoting healthy growth and fruit production. Remember, consistent fertilization is key to growing a giant pumpkin. By providing your plant with the nutrients it needs, you're giving it the best chance to reach its full potential. Section 7. Supporting the Goliath trellises and cages. As your pumpkin grows larger, it will need support to prevent it from resting on the ground and potentially rotting. This is especially important in small gardens where space is limited and the pumpkin may be growing in close proximity to other plants. One option is to use a sturdy trellis or A-frame structure to support the weight of the pumpkin. Gently guide the vines upwards, securing them to the trellis with soft ties or twine. This will lift the pumpkin off the ground, allowing for better air circulation and reducing the risk of disease. Another option is to use a tomato cage or similar structure to support the pumpkin as it grows. Place the cage over the young pumpkin plant, allowing the vines to grow up and through the openings. As the pumpkin matures, it will rest securely within the cage, preventing it from rolling or becoming damaged. Whichever method you choose, ensure the support structure is strong enough to handle the weight of a mature giant pumpkin. These gentle giants can grow surprisingly heavy, and you don't want your hard work to go to waste. Section 8. Conquering challenges in tight spaces. Growing a giant pumpkin in a small space presents unique challenges, but with a little ingenuity, you can overcome them and achieve impressive results. One common challenge is limited sunlight. If your garden doesn't receive full sun throughout the day, consider using reflective surfaces, like mirrors or white-painted boards, to redirect sunlight onto your pumpkin plant. This can help maximize light exposure and promote optimal growth. Another challenge is pest control. In small gardens, pests can quickly become a problem, especially with a large and tempting target like a giant pumpkin. Monitor your plants regularly for signs of pests, such as holes in the leaves, webbing, or discolored foliage. If you do encounter pests, consider using organic pest control methods, such as insecticidal soap or neem oil. These options are effective against many common garden pests, while being safe for beneficial insects and the environment. Section 9. Reaping the rewards, harvest time. After months of dedicated care, the moment you've been waiting for has arrived, harvest time. As the days grow shorter and the air turns crisp, your giant pumpkin will signal its readiness for picking. You'll know it's time to harvest when the pumpkin has reached its full size and color, and the stem has begun to dry and crack. Carefully cut the stem with a sharp knife or pruning shears, leaving several inches of stem attached to the pumpkin. Once harvested, carefully move your pumpkin to a sheltered location, handling it with care to avoid bruising. Allow it to cure in a cool, dry place for a couple of weeks to harden the skin and extend its storage life. Now stand back and admire your handiwork. You've successfully grown a giant pumpkin in a small space, proving that with passion, dedication, and a bit of know-how, anything is possible in the garden.